Hello and a very warm welcome. You're with World Business Report. I'm Sally Bundock. Also in the programme, we continue with our series that looks into how the housing market is doing in various parts of the world. Today, we're looking at the markets in the US. But we start with the US, the world's biggest economy, where historic changes are taking place to the way they measure growth. The question of how do you capture in one number the health or otherwise of an economy is quite a tricky one to answer. And today, the Commerce Department will release its first estimate of economic growth for the 3 months from April to June. Expectations are not high, but as Michelle Fleury reports from New York, experts believe these latest calculations will give a better reflection of how the world's largest economy is progressing. So when it comes to today's GDP number, economists are predicting the growth figure for the second quarter will be a meagre 1%. That's quite a drop on the first quarter. Investors also keeping an eye on this building behind me, of course, which is the Federal Reserve in Washington. It's ending its two-day meeting today. As you can imagine, the markets are fairly jittery about that ahead of what they may say. We will keep you up to date. Now, the love story between Tinseltown and China has just turned a bit sour. China has stopped paying Hollywood studios for its films and a dispute over Chinese tax on movie profits. Well, we like to think of him as our own movie star, Rico Hizon, who's at our Asia Business Hub in Singapore. Lovely to see you, Rico. Tell us more about this story.
Sally.
All right, well, we'll look for the soft lighting on that one. Thank you very much indeed, Rico. We will keep you up to date again. Now, believe it or not, 5 years have passed since America's housing market collapsed, affecting the economies around the world. If you look at recent figures, the US market seems to be recovering, but for much of the younger generation, achieving the American dream of owning their own home is still near impossible. As part of our Home Truths series, Mariko Oy visited one couple in New Jersey.
Friday afternoon in a suburb of New Jersey. The sun is out, and so are Mike and Mandy Wallace with their baby boy Michael. It looks like a picture-perfect American family, except for one issue. The house they live in isn't theirs.
We still like to buy this house.
At least they had family friends who came to the rescue.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, that's all right.
Mike has worked at this store ever since he was a high school student. And its owner, Rosemary Campbell, is their landlord. Her father-in-law owned the house Mike and Mandy rent, and his story of becoming a millionaire despite being born to a poor farm family is the classic American dream.
I think that wonderful era that my father-in-law had that opportunity to make as much money as he had, you know, investing in stocks and real estate. I'm not so sure that the generations to come will be able to do that.
And their stories are not unique. Within a few generations, achieving the American dream has become much tougher. And today, not just here in New Jersey, but across the country, young people are struggling to afford their first home. To make things harder for this area, it was hit by Hurricane Sandy last year. But industry expert Kevin Thomas thinks things are starting to look better. But for Mike and Mandy, owning a home is still a far-off dream.
Good job, buddy boy.
Just like many other first-time home buyers, trying to make a living is the reality that they live. Mariko Oy, BBC News, New Jersey.
Let's squeeze in some other business news. Watch out, TV executives. Facebook's coming for some of your advertising revenues. According to a report from Bloomberg, the social networking company is going to sell TV-like ads on its site. Drinks giant Diageo, the maker of Guinness Stout and Smirnoff Vodka, is to release its full year results in a few hours. It'll be the first chance for Chief Executive Ivan Menezes to outline his vision for the future of the company. He's expected to use the results to tweak the emerging market strategy drawn up by his predecessor Paul Walsh. We'll be speaking to him here on World Business Report in 2 hours' time. It is an incredibly busy day for the financial markets in Japan. On the broader market, the topics today, 284 firms are reporting results. I will not be covering them all. It's almost impossible. But you can see how things are going at the moment. The fact the yen has strengthened a bit, hitting exporters. That's the close in the United States, fairly flat ahead of the Fed meeting ending today. I'll see you soon for a look at the papers.